You know what they say about people who represent themselves? You have a fool for a client. It takes years of training. Yeah. Yeah. Don't interrupt me when I speak. Stop. Do you want to interrupt me again, ma'am? Ma'am, you just be quiet.
Wow.
Focus on me. Focus on me. This isn't first grade. You're an adult. You've been warned. You want to speak over me again?
What you want to do is what you kind of
Ma'am, you're in timeout. We're going to treat you like the child you're acting like. You're in timeout. I'll deal with this next week.
Why are you pulling out?
Ma'am, you're under arrest. That's why.
Guys, this courtroom moment gets intense fast. The judge completely loses patience when the defendant just won't stop talking. What starts as a normal hearing quickly turns into a reminder of who's really in charge. The judge warns her again and again, "Don't interrupt me when I speak." But she keeps pushing, and that's when he says, "You're in timeout. We'll treat you like the child you're acting like." That line says it all. It's about respect and control in the courtroom. When she crosses the line one last time, the judge orders her arrest right there in court. Actions have consequences, especially when you forget who's holding the gavel. Let's dive in and watch.
You were Brittany Cherie Sylvester.
Yes, that's right.
In 21-38966, there is a second amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation motion filed January of this year. So we've gone through about a half a year, and we need to move forward one way or the other. What are we going to do on this, David?
She had some problems. I've spoken to her on more than one occasion. These started, I believe, in early January, February, something like that. Miss Sylvester denied that she pled guilty before the court on the original case here. Basically, as we went through the motion to revoke probation, she denied committing any of them and wanted to talk to the court about whether she committed any of these offenses because she didn't think that she should be here. She has not violated her probation, I guess is what I think she is stating.
Correct. I have not violated it. I have made every...
No, you've never been on probation?
I've been on probation now since 2022 of December.
Yeah. That's not what you just said, David.
I've never been in any trouble or anything like that.
No, here's what's been alleged is you failed to report to the probation office in June of 23, August of 23, and September of 23. You failed to work faithfully at suitable employment and provide verification of such. That's what it alleges. I know what happens with a lot of folks. As long as you're trying hard to get employment, that's what's important to me. You failed to provide verification of performing community service hours as required. And that's important because that's community service and that's a necessary concept of probation. You failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing an anger management program. Then there's failing to pay court assessed fees as directed. This says you were $734 in arrears in court fees as of January, but some people can't pay. And if you can't pay, you don't go to jail on my watch.
Well,
and hold on, one more. And this says you failed to report to the probation office on or about September 14th, 2024 for a judicial review.
Statement moved to amend that date to September 13th, Judge.
I was not aware that I needed to go back to the probation office based on what I was told over the.
Okay, hold on. Over the That's for me to decide and a hearing. I mean, you're going to plead untrue to it, is what we're saying. What you're saying. I'm not going to change it. It says on or about September 14th. Right. Well, it's good enough for me.
What I would like to add is that I've made every effort to keep the check-in dates with my probation officer, several times. I then was rescheduled.
Hold on. Here's what we're going to do. If you're pleading untrue to all of these, then we have a hearing in front of me. That's me to decide. I get to hear both sides, and then I make the decision. That's the way it works.
Well, what I would like is for the probation to be reinstated.
Okay, I understand what you like. I'll listen to that at the end of the hearing.
Okay, so that's not something that can be done today.
We can do the hearing today if you want. These are all
That's
What I just told you.
That is what I
You need
want
to prepare for this?
to
I
be
think that,
reinstated. That way I can be on my way because I've got a special needs child to take care of. I've got a family
Who's
and
taking
I've
care of the
got
child now?
a gospel singing career as well.
Who's taking care of the child now?
Me.
No, but when you're in jail, I mean, the child's not with you. Who's taking care of the child when you're stuck?
Well, my child is in a safety place. He's in a safe place, so I can't.
A family?
Who is? Yes, he's with a close family member.
All right.
So he is safe.
Well, it needs
He's
money.
with me. However, yes,
Is that what you're trying to say?
that is what I'm saying.
This one's a tense courtroom exchange, judge, attorney, defendant, all locked in a back and forth that gets more personal as it goes on. Brittany Sylvester insists she hasn't violated her probation, claiming she's been trying to stay on track, take care of her special needs child, and build a better life. But the judge lists out every missed check-in, every unverified hour of community service, and every unpaid fee. It's not just about paperwork, it's about accountability. The judge reminds her that wanting probation reinstated isn't a choice she gets to make, it's something she has to earn. The tension rises as Brittany tries to explain herself, but the courtroom doesn't run on emotion, it runs on evidence. Let's dive in and watch. Asterisk.
All right, what do we want to do today?
Judge, I believe that what Ms. Sylvester wanted to do today was to have these addressed by the court. But
We have to go through a hearing and enter pleas.
Well, yes, sir.
Is that
Yes,
what
sir.
we're
And
gonna
I
do?
think that's what the court
Is that what we're going to do?
Hearing.
Yes, sir.
All right,
It's a
raise your
hearing, I
right hand,
believe.
man. Raise your
I'm
right
sorry.
hand.
Okay.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you may make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
All right, lower your hand. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the second amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation? Can we proceed in a summary fashion to move this along?
Yes, Your Honor.
In summary, ma'am, this states that on December 19th, 2022, in this court, I placed you on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 10 years for the third degree felony of assault on a public servant. Is all of that true? Is all of that true?
Could you read me the date again? You said
December
2019?
19th, 2022. You were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation.
Well, correct.
Is that correct? All right. That's what it shows in all this file.
Correct.
Allegation number 1 states you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office on or about June 18th, 2023, August 14th, 2023. Now we're going back 2 years. September 6th, 23, in violation of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
That is untrue.
Okay, that's all you need to say. We're going to hear both sides on that. This states number 2, you failed to work faithfully at suitable employment and provide verification of that in violation of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
That is untrue.
Okay,
I did-
that's all. No, you're going to get to explain that. We just need to figure out what's true, what's not first. 3, you failed to provide verification of performing community service hours as required of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
That is untrue.
Four.
That one is true because so yes,
Okay, you'll be able to explain all of that later.
that one is a
4,
yes.
you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the anger management program as directed by the probation office. Is that true or untrue?
I did not provide verification of entering it, but I did show up to class.
It's no.
a yes and no on that one. because
It's entering and successfully completing. It's conjunctive. You have to do both parts.
Then no.
All right. I'm not going to go on this. You're paying as much as you can pay toward all of these costs and everything, aren't you?
I'm paying the count 5, Judge.
Yeah, I don't even want to go into the money. 6, you failed to report to the probation office on or about September 14th, 2024 for a judicial review. Is that true or untrue?
That is untrue because I wasn't
That's all we
given
need.
the information.
Yep, that's all we need to know. No objections. Go ahead, state.
I would call Dominique Mayfield.
Yes, she would, like I stated, she would call and ask to reschedule, but those dates that she would be rescheduled for, she didn't attend.
Wow.
So out of the times,
Ma'am, you know what? Don't be rude. She
Oh,
gets to
please.
speak. Yes, you were.
I'm not trying to.
You just be quiet. You
Okay,
get a
I
chance
am.
to, just don't make comments when the lady is speaking. Please, thank you. And we won't interrupt you and be rude.
Okay, thank you. I didn't mean
If
to.
rude was
Do
a condition of
apologize.
probation, you'd be revoked for that.
I pass the witness, Judge.
This courtroom scene gets tense fast. The judge, the lawyer, and Brittany Sylvester go line by line through her alleged probation violations. The judge reminds her she's under oath and everything she says matters. One by one, she pleads untrue to most allegations, missing probation check-ins, skipping community service, and not finishing anger management. But the moment she admits to one, the tone shifts. The courtroom is no place for excuses. When Brittany tries to speak out of turn, the judge shuts her down with a sharp line. If rude was a condition of probation, you'd be revoked for that. It's a powerful reminder that attitude counts just as much as actions in front of a judge. Let's dive in and watch.
Go ahead.
Now, basically, let's go back to 2023. It sounds like she didn't report back at that time. I mean, before you were actually there, but that's what the records would indicate.
Yes.
Is that right? And this wasn't dealing with you, is dealing with your predecessor. But she didn't report back then, right?
Correct.
All right. And what efforts were made to help her get some assistance in being able to report, I guess?
At that time, when I was working with her, she did inform me that she was homeless. As far as that, on my end, I try to give resources of different places that you can go if it need be for like clothing, food, and different things like that. I do give out resources.
Well, you said that she wasn't trying to work during the time when you the earlier part of the time you were employed at probation. Was she employed during that time, as far as you know?
No.
So perhaps we should focus on counts 2, 4.
It's already been found true. Go ahead, go to the next one.
That I was working at Wendy's while I was on
Okay.
probation in 2023.
Let me ask you that question, and you answer the question, okay?
Okay.
All right, now then, let's wait until it's time for you to discuss it,
Okay.
so we could go ahead and ask
Go ahead.
as the present witness. Judge, I'll do this however you want me to. I just
Move forward. Just move
All right.
forward.
Well,
We're bogging down.
Miss Sylvester, were you working back at that time in 2023?
In 2023, I was working at Wendy's as well as I was working at Steak and Shake. So I had two jobs at one time, and my probation officer at that time was Mr. Moody, who did come inside of Wendy's and witness me physically working there. And he just happened to come by, is what he said. He wanted to see if I was working, and that is what happened. Unfortunately, I only had that job for a few months due to me being harassed by one of the management there that was trying to force me into prostitution. So it was no longer safe for me to keep that actual job. However, I did make other efforts to find suitable work, but while I was looking for other jobs, such as at Subway, that was another place that I was looking for work at. I was catering is what I was doing. So I would go out with my non-tuna meals and try to sell those
Did you know
for
that?
lunch. No.
It doesn't do any good if the probation office is not aware of that.
Was this before?
You can't do it you're not on your own probation. You're supervised. We can't supervise you if you're doing things out there that you're not telling the people what you're doing. You don't get credit for it. You can talk all day long about it. I'm not going to give you credit unless they know, and they supervise you. You don't supervise yourself on probation. They supervise you. And there's no supervision when you're doing things on your own and not telling them. You don't get credit for it. You're going to waste your time. And you don't get credit. David, go to the next one. She sounds like she's trying to work. Go ahead.
Okay, well, you tried to get employment then back at that time.
Marva Carthon was your probation office?
Who?
Marva Carthon?
Miss Value.
Miss Harthorne, but there is somebody there, last name of with the last name Valier. There's somebody there with that last name as well. I think I had at least 3 different probation officers that I am aware of.
Okay.
Miss Mayfield is the 3rd one. I wasn't given any notice. I just figured maybe people quit. So I may have misspoke as far as the name.
What about
However, Miss Hart
anger management program?
is one of the people that was
Focus-
a probation officer.
focus on me.
mine.
Focus on me. Anger
management. Did you go to the anger management program?
I went and they didn't show up.
Who didn't
Nobody
show
showed up for the class that I was signed up for at Family Services. It was in 2023.
This part of the hearing dives deeper into Brittany, Sylvester's troubled probation record, and things get even more complicated. The judge questions the probation officer about her missed check-ins, lack of employment proof, and failure to complete anger management. The officer explains Brittany had been homeless and was given community resources, but still struggled to follow through. Brittany defends herself, saying she worked at Wendy's and Steak and Shake, even claiming her probation officer saw her working there, but the judge cuts in sharply, reminding her that none of it counts unless probation verifies it. You don't supervise yourself on probation, the judge warns. They supervise you. It's a harsh but powerful reality check. Good intentions don't erase missed responsibilities. Let's dive in and watch.
I spoke with Crystal, who was the attendant working at Family Services at one of their off-site campuses where they do offer anger management. I asked her what was going on as far as why no one showed up. She said she didn't know. She was going to call them and find out why they didn't show up to the actual class. But
let me ask you
I was already signed up for
Anger
the anger management course,
All right.
and
Stop.
I did show up.
Stop. Anger management program. What does that consist of exactly? I order it in every case almost, but I've never been to see what it's like. Is it a time program or is it a one thing?
It's well, if you're doing it through Family Services, it's sessions, and you have to pay per session. Then you have the option to do it through Court Solutions online, and it's a 12-hour course. It's self-paced. You pay a one-time fee, and then once you complete it, you print off the certificate and they bring it in.
Okay. How many times do the probationers have to go to a class?
For anger management, they're going in person. It is once a week.
For how long?
12 weeks.
12 weeks. 12 weeks. 12 times. You got to go 12 times.
And they normally
Did you do that?
So
No, not even close.
And they were supposed to update me about when they were going to come back.
Let me just tell you this. You have everything to lose. We have 5,000 probationers. You've got to do your part you had an obligation. You sign it. This is what I plan to do. This is my promises I make. And you can't rely on them. You've got to do your own heavy lifting and figure it out. And don't blame it on nobody told me. You've got to take a positive effort.
Right.
It's your life. It's your freedom.
Right. So that's
We got 5,000 probationers we're working with. But we can't be, this isn't first grade. You're an adult. You've got to do some of the heavy lifting on your own. You have an order of this court that you have to perform. You can't blame it on the fact that nobody told you how to do it. You've got to go seek it out.
right.
Family to report September 14th, 2024 for a judicial review.
that was for here.
For here.
Mhm.
Oh, yes, she didn't come to court.
No, she didn't.
Now, explain that one away, if you can.
I wasn't aware that I was supposed to be in court.
Yes, you were.
Because I was told last year when I spoke to Judge Stevens Court that my charges were already dropped. They looked in.
Nobody said that.
Into my name, and that is what I was.
Nobody
told.
said that
They
with my
pulled up
court.
the call number.
They don't do that. That's not
Yeah.
what they do.
Well, they are paid to give me the information since I was representing myself at that time as pro se. And so they were giving me.
You know what they say about people who represent themselves? You know what they say about you're a smart lady. You know what they say about people who represent themselves who aren't lawyers? You have a fool for a client. That's an old saying from way back. That's a foolish choice. You're not competent to do this. You didn't go to law school. Not that you're not capable, you probably are. But you don't have the qualifications, the experience, the training. It takes more than just wanting to do it. It'd be like me doing hair coloring. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd have to learn it. I mean, I don't know. But this, I have 4 degrees, and that's what it takes to be a lawyer. You think I just dreamed that up one day and then I can start representing myself? I can, but there's that old saying, if you want to represent yourself, you have a fool for a client, because it takes, especially if you're not trained in it and you don't have the law degree and you don't have the bar license, all of that is important to handling other people's lives, including yourself. This is freedom. This is part of the Constitution. You don't want to lose that because you think you can handle something, brain surgery. Do you do much of that? No. And I'm not being facetious about it, but I'm not being facetious. It takes years of training. Yeah. Don't interrupt me when I speak. Stop. It takes years.
Do
you want to interrupt me again, ma'am? Ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, is this that hard? When I speak, everybody's got to stop. That's kind of the rule, because she can't take 2 people speaking over each other. Okay? And next time it happens, you're in contempt of court, which means you go to jail for a longer period of time. You've been warned. You want to speak over me again?
What you want to do is what you kind of
Ma'am?
like.
Don't talk.
Ma'am?
Listen for it.
Ma'am?
Let me finish this.
Ma'am,
Okay.
you're in timeout. We're going to treat you like the child you're acting like. You're in timeout. I'll deal with this next week. Okay? I'll deal with this next week. I've had enough of your rudeness, and you're speaking over everybody. Just like that. You're going to go to jail. I'll deal with this next week.
Okay.
Bye.
This is my first time
That's
ever being.
No, it's not, ma'am.
Yes, it is. I've never been in
Ma'am,
trouble.
you're an adult.
Why are you pulling my?
Ma'am, you're under arrest. That's why. You're in custody.
I understand that.
All right, thank you. Quit being rude. Quit being rude, ma'am. Thank you. You're rude. Quit being rude. What's next? Let me go to somebody.
This courtroom moment spirals fast. Brittany Sylvester tries to explain that she showed up for anger management, but claims no one was there, blaming the confusion on miscommunication. The judge, however, isn't buying it, reminding her that probation isn't about waiting for help. It's about taking responsibility. You've got to do your own heavy lifting, he says firmly. When Brittany insists her charges were dropped and interrupts the judge, things explode. He warns her to stop talking over him, but she keeps going. That's when the judge snaps. Ma'am, you're in timeout. You're acting like a child. Moments later, he orders her arrest right there in court. It's a jaw-dropping reminder that in a courtroom, attitude can seal your fate. If you found this moment unbelievable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more intense real-life courtroom drama. Your support helps us bring you more stories where justice speaks louder than words.